Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to our webinar. Welcome to our presentation of NDE, which is the New Digital Evolution. This is a company which, together with Evorich company, will be presenting to you our today's topic, which is digital guarantees. So I would like to tell you a little bit of background. Let's change the slides. And let's get down to business right away and not lose our time. So you can see here that the digital guarantees are just one click away. Our project and our product will be completely automated, and it will help us change the paradigm of the today's credit and financial world. You can see what's happening in the world right now, and that we're in the dire need of something new. And the digital guarantees are just that innovative product that we all need. For those of you who don't know me, and for the newcomers, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Emanuele Baroni, and I would like to So my name is Emanuele Baroni. Sorry for the delay. I'm a representative of ambassadors in Italy. I'm new consumer community partner program, vice president, and the project manager. I'm a international speaker and a private investor. But that's enough about me, because here we are to discover a very interesting product. Let's take a look at our program. So today we're going to tell you who we are, where we're from. Also, we will touch upon the topic of NDE, what we offer, what kind of instruments we offer. And we're going to talk about the end users, the digital rating, the creation of new jobs, because you know that the employment rate is decreasing while we are going to increase the employment rate. And also we will touch upon the topic of NDE business. So let's start. And let's change the slides in all of the rooms. As I told you before, New Digital Evolution is the NDE is New Digital Evolution. That's what it means, this abbreviation. So how was this product born? It all started with the Academy of Private Investing in 2011. 8 years after the creation of the Academy, the program Crypto Unit was born, which created a new paradigm. It's a combination of the two worlds, the MLM plus crowd plus investing. So this educational platform helped people get education and become co-owners in the global investment portfolio. And by owning the tokens, you become co-owners of the global investment portfolio. And in our portfolio, we have different sectors. And over time, in 2021, the project NDE was born. And let's together see the history of our product to understand better why it was created. As you can see, the Academy of Private Investing is a global online portal with 10 years of experience. Now we have over 1,650,000 students / registered users from over 176 countries. Also, our teachers have rich experience in investing and finance. We offer practical training in finance, investing, and personal growth. And also we offer training courses, group sessions, and one-to-one training and mentoring. All of it can be found in the Academy of Private Investing. We've been in the market for 10 years now, and you can, if you stuck to us for that long, you could have seen our continuous growth and see that we are keeping pace with the times. And now I'm addressing all the first timers at our webinar. Let's change the slides and please all eyes on the screen, especially new timers. I'm sure you're going to enjoy what you're going to see.
Academy of a Private Investor. Who are we? We are an efficient educational system in 21st century. And every day, we work hard to get better. We teach how to manage money, how to multiply it and use it reasonably. We give people a complete picture of finance and investment science, personal development and business in 179 countries around the world. We have created and successfully used a variety of programs and workshops that help dozens of thousands of trained and successful investors to enter the market. Our students become investment advisors, portfolio managers, and stock analysts. We train to find, analyze, and select tools for successful business development in 20 segments of market. We teach to create investment portfolios and manage it by applying gained knowledge in practice. We support the initiatives of our students and are always open to venture projects. We are ready to bet on the future technologies. We unite people and show the path to financial freedom. We develop you and guide to creation of a new reality, according to the concept of the new economic evolution of the world. Instead of asking, how much do we earn, it is much more important to understand how we should preserve and increase earnings. And we have answers to these questions. We are the Academy of a Private Investors. We have updated our brand to achieve greater efficiency, global reach, and ability to share even more knowledge. For people. For you.
Perfect then. So what is the objective of the Academy of Private Investing? Well, that's what you saw and see on your screens. It's investment-driven thinking. You know that people very often think that in order to make money, you have to work real hard. And they treat the word investing with some kind of reverence, something that is not for them, and only rich people can do that. But this is not so. You know that eventually we realized that investing is and should be available to everyone. And we needed 10 years to start implementing an incredible program. Yes, there have been a lot of different obstacles on our way. And here I would like to reiterate that it is impossible to go on a new way without encountering obstacles and barriers along the way that need overcoming. And that's what happened on our path, on our journey. So what do we mean by investment thinking? But before that, I would like to show you one more video where our CEO tells us about the factors necessary to set on a new journey. So, moderator, could you please put up the video?
I'm Andrey and I'm here to present a new course called 8 Rules of Wealth. In this course, you will learn how you can use 8 fundamental rules to become rich in a very short time. What is true wealth? It can be compared to the 5 fingers. It takes 5 fingers to make a hand, not one, this, or that. In the same way, true wealth consists of 5 essential elements. Number 1 is health. To be rich, you need to be healthy. 2 is attitude. We need to develop the right attitude to yourself, to the loved ones, to people, to the city, to the planet, to the country you live in. 3 is emotions. One should always have a very high emotional level in order to develop the right attitude. 4 is financial independence. Many people aim for money, want to become financially rich, but you can imagine a man with one finger. He will be a freak, and that is why you need to develop harmoniously. And 5 is calling. This is what a coherent model of a rich person's development looks like. This is what you and I are going to talk about when we embark on 8 rules of wealth.
Okay, then. So you have just heard the 5 things that our CEO touched upon, and now you can see that they are all necessary to implement our mission, which is the new economic evolution of the world. And today, this mission will help us allocate wealth across the entire global population. And it is a very important mission too. In our new concept, we focus on the word evolution. And we also focus on becoming co-owners in a big number of companies, plants, factories, and all the other assets that are out there in the world. This is our mission. This is our idea. And we would like to get as many people as possible involved into this process. Millions of companies producing products and offering services to people. And the problem here is that in the last year, our humanity has been under a lot of strain and has been facing serious difficulties. Let's change the slides and see what we have here. So what is the program crypto unit? So this program was born in 2019, and the main meaning, the essence of this program is that it offers an innovating training program that provides everyone with the opportunity to learn and become a co-owner in the global portfolio WCRU, even with minimal resources. So what does it mean, becoming a co-owner in a project, in a portfolio? So imagine a big pie, and that pie consists of small pieces. Each piece represents a company, a business. And then imagine those pieces being split into even smaller pieces. And those smaller pieces are tokens. And if you own tokens, then you become automatically co-owner in all of the companies and businesses that are part of our portfolio. And we have different categories, different sectors of the investment market covered in that portfolio. And there are also so-called working cycles. For example, if I have several diversified sectors in my portfolio, and one of those sectors, one of those projects shows a loss, there will be other projects that show a profit. And that's why I will never really lose money, because there will be other projects to compensate for my potential losses in other less profitable projects. And let's take a look at the timeline for the crypto unit program. So all of those milestones took us to a very important point in time, draw us closer. So on the 30th of March 2019, the launch of the crypto unit program happened. And then on the 8th of January 2020, we transitioned to the second part of development. In other words, from the 30th of March to the 8th of January 2020, we implemented the pre-launch, launch, and also did some market research and try to identify how many people are willing to become part of that project. And every person who expressed their willingness to become part of it and purchased their educational information packages received as a bonus free CRU points, which meant that as soon as those that program would be implemented, those token points would turn into real tokens, digital shares. And on the 19th of April 2020, we started our transition to the blockchain. That's where all the transactions were migrated to our blockchain. And that's where we have approaching a very important point in time. In August 2020, we received registration D authorization from the Securities and Exchange Commission for the STO, which stands for Security Token Offering. And then we continued our efforts into the development of the digital world. And as a result of it, our project, NEEW Digital Evolution Company, was launched on the 28th of January 2021, which allows companies and individuals to receive digital guarantees as long as they have tokens. So there is no need for fiat-based digital guarantees, and having tokens in your possession, you will have access to financing for your business, for your individual needs, and it will help you change your life drastically. Just imagine the kind of yield our tokens can offer. You will be able to cover all of your costs, apartment or rental related costs, car rental related costs too. And all of it will be possible thanks to our project NDE. And right now, I would like to repeat that if you follow certain steps, you are going to receive it practically for free. So why did we develop this project in the first time? Let's take a look at the mission of our product and move on to the next slide. At the moment, you can see articles from different newspapers. And unfortunately, 1 year and a half, our life changed. And we became victims of the pandemic, COVID-19, and unfortunately, people had to change their habits, change their lifestyle. Companies are getting shut down, and all of it made us shut ourselves indoors, isolate ourselves from the outside world. And many companies don't have the possibility to receive credits, loans anymore, borrowed money. And maybe 2 companies out of 10 companies will be able to continue their operations, continue business as usual compared to what they were able to do before the pandemic. But it did not only affect companies. Companies consist of people, employees, and the lives of those employees changed as well. Let's change the slides and see why. So you see, in the center, it says that the risks are growing and the financial obligations, commitments of people are constantly growing, because if a company doesn't produce anything, doesn't work, they do not make money and cannot pay their employees, and therefore they have to dismiss those people. But lives needs to move on. I mean, people have to eat, people have to dress, and I think all the people on this planet deserve going back to their everyday life, because we're all tired of this chaos that's been going on for 1.5 years now, that deprived us of all those opportunities that we had in the past and that we received thanks to the huge efforts of previous generations. So now we thought, how could we change this situation? Why not come up with a new mission? And that's what we came up with. Let's change the slides and see at the mission of our company. And
that is to create a sustainable and fast digital rating for individuals and companies. What does this mean? It means that in our today's world, all those people who need belief, who need finances, and they always needed the financial rating. Why? To get their loans and to live forward. But unfortunately, all this disappeared because of the pandemic. And look, there are millions of people who cannot pay back their loans, may not satisfy their needs. Many people have electricity, gas, water supply disconnected because they live a miserable life and cannot pay their bills. And we thought that we spent a lot of time to enjoy, to get these comfortable conditions of our life. Whereas now, in 1.5 years, we lost everything which we actually earned for many years. What do we want? We want financial institutions not to assess the person, the individual, but assess what he has as a person is to have a decent life. Well, and let's have a look at what we created with our team. And I believe that any project offers a lot of different advantages, but let us look at those advantages of our centralized rating for businesses. First of all, there is no time loss. By using this rating, you may monitor and control your client in front of you, whether he is solvent or not, and not simply because he has something to do. But in our case, it means solvency means being an owner of tokens, whether he has a portfolio and whether he may overcome all the impediments. The next advantage is fast speed of financial transactions. We don't need to wait 10, 15, 20 days for banks' due diligence. Everything is on blockchain, and it means that it takes very fast to carry out all the transactions, and it will be safe and secure, and we create financial security, effectiveness, and reliability. Next slide, please. And here is a comparison. I like this picture a lot. You all read the word bank. On the one hand, this is a good word. On the other hand, some people may feel horrified when they hear this word. When we have a problem, we often go to a bank. On the one hand, a bank may be our friend if it has all those if it meets all those criteria we have, or on the other hand it could be our enemy. First of all, bank always requests us to be the financial rating A. You are to show your financial history as soon as you want to apply for a loan from a bank. Yes, it's true that they will treat you with respect, but they don't believe you. They believe the figures you provide, all those documents that prove your solvency. Then you make a 2 or 15% non-refundable fee. It depends. This rate depends on whether you are a business or an individual. So you pay all the charges, all the fees, and some banks actually impose on you the need to pay an insurance. And the time required to defrost the deposit may reach 90 or even up to 120 days. And they want to, as a deposit, your capital or property, that the value of which will be 100% equal to the amount of the loan you request. For instance, I want to buy some housing. Then I'd like to apply for a mortgage, and my housing will be in the ownership of a bank, and in addition to that they want to know all my details, my earnings, my accounts, and in case something goes wrong, this house or this apartment will be in their ownership, in their full ownership. And before, about 80% got approvals for their loans, whereas now this figure reduced radically, and it makes up not higher than 20%. But we are positive thinkers, and let's have a look what to expect in the future. So change the slide and let us consider the new approach, the possibility of application of our digital guarantee. All this allows us to say bye-bye to the old banking system, as today we have new digital evolution. You see that one of the opportunities is instant advice on blockchain certified digital ranking. Here we have a guaranteed instant electronic payments. I get my digital guarantee certified by blockchain. I will need this for different purposes: rental of a car, of some equipment. I can also get my digital escrow account, important payments. If you don't know what escrow account is, this is like an intermediary. For instance, if I want to transfer money to someone, escrow account. So this is an account that reserves the specific amount in this account, and myself as the supplier or the final customer, I can be quite calm that I will get my money paid. Another opportunity is guaranteed payment in installments and monthly credit limits for the distributors of some materials. And as you know, there is an opportunity of our staking that allows us to earn new tokens. And all this will help me to have guaranteed payments. And the last opportunity or possibility is B2B platform. And this list of opportunities offered by our digital guarantee is not exhaustive. But let's move on. Look, this is digital rating innovation and where we can use this rating. We developed a list of registries. Here, we classified all the parties. For instance, there will be a registry of state authorities, municipalities, and governments. This list will be needed to take part in different tenders. We will have a list of banks, financial organizations, investment funds that, after learning about our project, will also participate in our project and would like to be our partners and will accept our tokens to provide loans for vehicles, for housing, and etc. Banks will be interested not in selling houses, but in providing loans, whereas we will control the rating of our clients. Another list of enterprises, those vocational training providers, because in the digital world, most people don't know what token is, what coin is, know nothing about the digital world. If you ask a person what an exchange is, what coin market cap is, quite a few will be able to answer this question. Therefore, we thought that we will need a list of such enterprises as well. List number 4 is a list of individuals. If they are VIP club members, they will get into the list of the registry. So these are those clients who can enjoy all those opportunities we discussed in the previous slide. They will get the relevant guarantees so that they can obtain whatever they want, whatever they need. Another important word here is reliability. And here, it was difficult during the time of pandemic. As you know, many people, they are reliable, they are honest, they work hard, but the regulators and authorities, they find them to be insolvent. They may have lost their jobs or they may have been dismissed. But now let's have a look what we need to be reliable. Well, to be reliable, the register is to be capitalized. Registry's capitalization will make up several millions of world CIUs. Do you remember I told you about businesses and state authorities? For instance, I am a small-sized entrepreneur. Unfortunately, I have no access to public procurement. But who has the right to participate in them? Large international corporations. And then when they become winners of the bidding, they may share it with smaller companies But smaller companies become bankrupt because international companies don't meet their promises and don't pay in accordance with the agreements reached. And therefore, by having our registry, we may ensure their right to participate in public procurements, and it will be win-win situation for the companies and for the employees of these companies. At the same time, they will get tokens that will be used afterwards to cover their costs of accommodation rental or vehicle rental and etc. Well, now let's have a look at the register of companies, of businesses. Quite often, companies work in cooperation. They exchange materials. You see that companies may work together or may work with individuals or with governments and banks in different countries. And our registry will allow you to control very quickly any counterparty if he is in our ecosystem. To say, I want to buy some materials from abroad and I may not wait for 90 or 120 days to get a bank guarantee or simply get a actually I can get a fast reply that this counterparty is law abiding and I can work with him. And our digital guarantees actually accelerates a lot the speed of this control of these checks. And not only, look, companies live because of their clients, of their individuals, and individuals are a key of this system. And in the next slide, let's have a look at what is offered to individuals. You see a good picture of a girl having a smile on her face in a vehicle, and she has just got this vehicle thanks to staking with our company. And every month she gets some specific percentage or interest. And you see that we can use this registry C2C, customer to customer, customer to business, for car rental, payment of utility bills, and contracts with financial institutions to get some loans for real estate or real estate mortgages. And here is another slide. This is a goal. The goal set for the next decade. Look, not everything depends on us. We do need partners because if I like something, I will always share it with the people I love, because when we share something, we must understand that for the company, volumes are important, and volumes will help us increase the number of companies in our investment portfolio. And this is the reason why access to our portfolio is enjoyed by a limited number of people. You see, here the goal is 10 million businesses and 100 million individuals. This amount will be enough for the development of our ecosystem. And since we are here, we are all here to do business. And therefore, you see the turnover that could be generated by our individuals, that is 25 billion. And then we see the turnover of the training companies. And this figure is incredible, something insane. And it may seem unachievable, but look, we plan to engage 8 billion people, and therefore the one who doesn't make 1,000 a year on the planet, we have the population of 8 billion, and if we all together generate 1,000 US dollars as the volume each, then the volume of token market between businesses could reach as high as 800 billion US dollars. I believe that we, as a new company, we just started, but we have very ambitious goals. But to implement them, we need a team. You know that a team is always to take a road together and reach the result, the final outcome. Therefore, the unity of people is important, and we are all to row the same direction, our boat in the same direction. And a dialogue in our team is meaningful, and you will see that all the people will be happy and excited. And when we get happy people, we will understand that our goal has been implemented. Next slide, please. And here we will see another good news, that is the news about the creation of new jobs, of new professions. I told you that businesses close down, people lose their jobs. Therefore, we thought that it would be important to create new occupations, new professions for our partners. Who does not want to work really hard? He can become a signaler, an informer, a person, a user who participates in Evorich community. Another profession is a digital seller, a professional seller trained in the sale of NDE digital products. And the third profession is digital manager, an expert specializing in NDE and is registered in the digital manager list. And now let's have a look together in more detail the last two professions. They are digital seller and digital manager. Digital seller, as soon as the signaler melts the ice, digital seller steps in. He is a professional salesperson who comes to the company, closes a trading contract, and registers individual or the business. Why do we have this distinguishment between individuals and businesses? As we are in MLCI business, and there are the advantages both for individuals and businesses. Let's have a look at the next profession of digital manager.
But before that, I guess I have to remind you about the requirements that we have for the digital seller. First of all, they have to take a training course of a digital seller so that they would understand what they are offering. And of course, they have to register as individual entrepreneurs or self-employed entrepreneurs. If I go and compare this course with the courses delivered in a college or university, believe you me, those are two different things. And the courses offered in universities cost like tens of thousands of euros and would last for a year or 2 years. Whereas we offer a wonderful course at a very good price And another requirement is again to have your own individual entrepreneurship or self-employment with a VAT number or taxpayer's number. And I'm sure when you do register as an individual entrepreneur, you will find that the digital world is full of wonders. And as soon as you register as a self-employed entrepreneur, you can go to companies, to businesses, and start selling our course. And that's where we need the next profession, which is a digital manager. Let's move on to the next slide and look at it in more detail. Here we have developed two different options, which is list A and list B. The list A does not include activities aimed or related to third parties. We're talking about specialists that would be working for their own benefit. They would use their own back office or the back office of their business, of their company. In other words, they received our authorization to develop smart contracts for their own benefit. But also, we have quite a lot of people who, for example, need to go to the doctor or, for example, use some other services that might require financial guarantees. And if they want to receive those financial guarantees, they need to have professional services. And those professional services can be provided by our digital manager from list B. In other words, we're talking about a business professional who can work with third parties, with other businesses, and offer that product to them. So that person who needs some specialized services like doctor services or any other services, and if those services are expensive, they would need a digital guarantee or guarantee of being solvent, of being able to pay back the borrowed money. So they will have to go to a specialized professional who would consult and help them receive that digital guarantee. Okay, so now we have 5 different categories of digital managers, or 5 different sections. Remember, in the beginning, we talked about training. And we mentioned that training cannot be the same for everyone. For example, physical individuals and individual entrepreneurs or a big holding group of companies have different training needs. The bigger the company, the bigger your needs in knowledge are. So if we're talking about an international group of companies, a holding, then they would need a certain package. And in this case, we separated or categorized our training into 5 different categories with their relative corresponding prices. So a digital manager has to take exams if they are to get the license for different types of businesses. For example, if I take the test and pass it with a 100% score, then I get the Section 5 license or permit, and I can work with big holdings, group of companies. For example, if the score is lower, like 80%, then I get to work with the joint stock companies. So here we need to understand what we're selling. We need clear picture what our product is about, and we need to be offering it to companies that are in need of the services offered by our product. For example, if I'm a private individual and I want to dedicate a certain amount of time to training and do take that training, then I will see a whole world of opportunities opening to me. And the price for those trainings are not really that high. Let's change the slides and see how much our training costs. Okay, so now we are at the training. Let's change the slides once again and see first what our training consists of. So our training course from NDE consists of 50 sections, 60 lessons in total, meaning that there are 4 lessons in each section. And all of it is split into those categories that are necessary to be able to work with different types of companies, categories of permits. And now let's see the next slide and see how much it costs for individuals, for private individuals. And you see that we did our best to reduce the price for it to become affordable. And we also did some separation between training for private persons, individuals, and companies. So basically, we have first training for individuals and 2 different types of training. The first training is standard. For example, it's a training that you will receive for your own benefit. So you will personally use those warranties. You don't need to go and provide some in-depth consultation, and you won't go to a bank asking for a guarantee. So you just want to have the knowledge of how it works. But if you want to receive deep knowledge, like in-depth knowledge, and then if you want to make use of the warranties, guarantees, and then transfer them to third parties, and make use of the services provided by banks, financial organizations, then you have to take a more advanced course called Training Plus for $400. And here you're going to receive all the information required for a digital manager. And as soon as you receive all the information, it will be equal to having received the proper education to start working. And here we have different categories of training for companies, businesses. For example, if you want to buy some kind of an equipment or machinery as a legal entity, you have to take this kind of training. And you can see you have 4 different packages depending on the size of your business. And for example, you can see that training 1 for $2,500 is intended for individual entrepreneurs / self-employed people / sole proprietors and specialists of so-called free professions. And already this training can really change your mindset, the way you look at things in the financial world. And this training costs just $2,500. The second type of package, which costs $5,000, is intended for LLCs, LTDs, consortium companies, and associations. The third type of training is intended for joint stock companies and funds, and it costs $12,500. And the biggest training package, which is $25,000, is intended for holding companies where you can receive all the information from A to Z, and there is a possibility for payment in installments. And if someone tells you, like, look, it's too high or too expensive, but just think about it. Lots of companies are in a really difficult situation right now. They have to pay taxes, they have to pay their employees, they have to go to banks to receive their physical or digital guarantees. But what they receive is rejection. So how can those companies reboot? How they can ensure that their business is again on the rise? So this package can help me start anew, maybe. update, make the necessary upgrades, and everything I need is just an investment in yourself, in your education, because technologies are changes, equipment is getting modernized and upgraded, but the investment if that you're making into yourself cannot be taken away from you. It will always stay with you, and you will always be on top of a horse, and you will be, thanks to this, included in the so-called digital register, and you will be able to open the doors to the world of 1,000 opportunities. And that's not it. You take the training, and now you need a ticket to that wonderful world. The ticket that today is given to people who invest into their own education, and all of it will help you make sure that you get a return on your investments. So let's change the slides and see how much this ticket costs, or how much do register codes cost. So what is the price of access to guarantees? So, and I, in this case, can be 100% sure that I will be able to get access to funds after paying this entrance fee. In other words, what is the price of forgetting the word bankrupt or bankruptcy? So today, registration costs $2,500, and that fee also includes staking income. Staking income means the money that you receive, the reward that you receive for staking your security tokens. So basically, you purchase security tokens and you deposit those tokens on staking, and you will be receiving reward for staking, or staking reward, until 2031. And the reward for staking will help you cover your costs and eventually have all your investments back. So for 2-3 months, this ticket will cost this much, but then we are going to change our terms and conditions, and eventually it's gonna cost more. But sometimes it can cost less. But even if they cost less, although it costs less, like $500 for individual entrepreneurs or $1,000 for LTDs, they will not get tokens for them to stake them later and receive their staking reward. And the number of codes, as you remember, is limited, and there will be so many companies willing to be part of that process that they will have to hurry up. And it will also be an opportunity for you to show it to your clients and say, look, the world has changed. We need to keep pace with the times and be part of the digital world. And let's go to the next slide and talk about our marketing/bonus plan. This marketing plan applies to our digital sellers and signalers/informers. Those of you who have been with us for quite some time, I can tell you that this marketing plan will come into force, fully into force, when our back office will be launched. But until then, we're going to use the marketing plan applied in Evorich. So please do not mix them up. Eventually, they're going to be two different marketing plans. For now, I repeat, we're using the marketing plan of Evorich, but in July or August, as soon as our back office, our company's ND company's back office is ready, we're going to start using our own marketing plan. As you can see, the informer, the signaler, will be getting 7% from the first level, and the digital seller will also be receiving 7% in depth. And you can see that the percentage decreases until the fifth level, and then at level 6 and to infinity, it becomes 6%.
And here, I'd like to ask you, what do you want to do? Personally, I would like to become a digital seller at once, as 7% of the package sold worth 2500, I will get 175 USDU. And if I sell 2 packages, I will get 350. And if I conclude a deal worth of 12,500, I will earn quite a decent salary of 875 US dollars. And if I am a limited liability company or any other form of company, I may not buy the training program, which is one step down this level of my company. I may buy the training for holding, and the last possibility, which could be sold in installment. And here I get my 7%, and that is 1,750 US dollars. And the holding, when it gets this opportunity, it may share the information about this training with their counterparties, and I will earn even further. I may earn 7% as well by being a signaler. And I believe it's something fantastic, but it's not all. In the next slide, you see the strategy of success. I'm almost finalizing our today's presentation. I'm coming to its end. If you analyze everything I told you, you will tell me, well, okay, what do I need to do? You are to become a part of our community. Please reserve a code in our register, buy this training, pass the exam, and start building your digital rating. And then you may start registering companies, assign codes to them, and start working in our community. And then you come to the success. So you extend digital guarantees and get money. I believe these are very easy steps to be taken easily by all the members in the community. Many people may say, I may not involve in the project as I have no money. I bought my car and I don't need to go to a bank because I paid for this car myself. Or many people may start finding excuses, different excuses, as they are not ready to act immediately, right away. And what idea do I have about the way to explain to people the significance of the digital rating? I made up a few slides. If today I want to buy a car that costs 20,000 euro, I buy it in installment for 5 years, for these 4 years, and I overpay. And for these 4 years, I pay the insurance, I take the car to the service station, I changed the tires, I also paid for the regular inspection, and 4 years after, this car will cost not even 25,000 but 35,000. But you understand that 4 years after, this car costs nothing, and if I sell it, I will lose it. If I want to buy a new car, I need to start it from scratch. First of all, the car is branded new. It pleases me, but it gets older and older. And look, if today I buy a few tokens and start building my digital rating, token price goes up, I get bonuses, respectively, I get passive income, and 5-6 months after, this token may allow me to get the relevant digital guarantee and to rent a car. Then I understand how the token price behaves, and I understand, for instance, that I can extend the term of rental of this car and it will cost me nothing. Yes, my money is booked in staking, but staking generates interest, and by earning this interest, I can cover the rental fee and I can change cars. I can drive classic cars, but at the same time, I have money. Money I can use to sign leasing contract, but I retain them. And in my account, I earn interests from this amount reserved and cover my costs, expenses. And here are two examples of rice and bread. Why did I pick up these two pictures? Because one part of the world likes bread, whereas the other one rice. And here you see the prices for these products in different years. And in 2019, to buy 1 kilo of bread, it took you 3.2 US dollars per kilo. And very few people can refuse bread, and therefore this is the basic product of our nutrition. And in case back in 2019 I paid for 1 kilo with my tokens, I would need to pay 2,206 crypto units, whereas today I need only 9.2 CRUs, subject to its price of 40 cents. What can happen in 2023? Kilo of bread may cost 4 US dollars, and you see that the equivalent in CRU will be 0.03, as the crypto unit price will increase by 114 US dollars. And a similar situation is with rice. And I'd like to give you another example of two things which are not first need products, but that are of interest investment wise. So the first example is a bullion of gold, and the second one is Ferrari. And not because it is produced and manufactured in Italy, but because this is one of the companies that shows growth, and at the same time, many people evaluate the shares of this price as 1 to 1 with gold. Well, in 2019, 1 gram of gold cost 40 US dollars, and it would take me 27.5 CIUs to buy 1 gram. Whereas this, sorry, it would take me 27,586 CIUs, whereas this year I will need to pay 137 CIUs per 1 gram of gold, whereas in 2023 it will cost me 0.63 subject to the crypto unit price to be 114 US dollars. And now, next slide, please. The key message. Look, an example of bread and its price today. Today, we know that in order to buy 1 kilo of bread, I need to pay 9.3 CIUs. And suppose that 9.3 CIUs, having this amount of CIUs, I can buy already in 2023 286 kilos of bread. The price of CIU today is 40 cents, whereas in 2 years it will turn out to be 114 US dollars. And look, if I put this money aside and wait for the price of our token to go up, do you understand how much I may earn? If you pay all this in US dollars, you will need a lot to buy 286 kilos of bread in US dollars. And it's not speculation. This is about a program that offers something incredible to you. The program that guarantees your profit. If you take a tiny step forward, you get training, you put something aside, and you get very good results. You know that many people working in 35 years, they get a tiny pension benefit, retirement benefit. Did they want to get so low benefits? Did they deserve to be paid these mediocre benefits? And look, 2 years will fly very quickly, but you will be a part of our ecosystem that will offer you a lot of benefits and advantages. You can easily pay for anything you need only through one asset of our portfolio that will change your life. Well, that is for today. I do hope that you will start thinking of how important it is to be a part of our community. And now I'm not referring to NDE project solely. I am talking about the program to be implemented together with Evorich and all the other projects in our portfolio. I say goodbye to you, but would like to remind you that on the 3rd and 4th of July, there will be a congress held in Rome. And if you attend it physically, you will be impressed with the information you learn there. And you know, I am almost impatient to share all the secrets with you, but nonetheless, I need to call it a day. So thanks a lot for your time, and bye bye.